Emma's Universe podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Emma's Universe podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Emma's Universe podcast.
Hello and welcome to Emma's podcast. It is Friday, yippee Just for an interesting, a lot of things are shifting and happening here. So, hoping to find more peace and love in this world because chaos has been taking over, and sometime enough is enough. We need to keep ourselves grounded. We need to find who we truly are, but not letting ourselves being swayed one way or the others, because it's easy to go, what I call it, into the rabbit hole of fears when we see how chaotic everything has been. And also I want to touch about this wonderful German person that I recorded here for the podcast. I wanted people to listen to this absolutely wonderful German talking, also where he explained a few things. Because if you're looking at hatred, a lot of people don't understand. This is regular people. This is not something that, the monsters in the making or anything like that. It has to do with more the anger of people. And you know what? Everybody has a good side and everybody has a dark side. So it was good for me to put it out there so people understand what a schmutzy is, because a lot of people assume it's a monster. We need, as I said, we need to be accountable for our actions. We are all accountable for our actions. And if people don't understand that and don't want to, I would say, it's not ignoring, but bring the awareness of where we are, and not let, and like I said, not let ourselves being swept by anything. And it's, like I said, it's very difficult when you're looking at social media. We're looking at everything. It becoming very, very difficult, and sometimes it's like we need to leave it alone. We need to stop this. The life of 1,000 is a life of transformation. The life of 1,000, it's our journey of growth, our journey of challenges, our journey of pain. There is a lot we can do. There is a lot we can move on this one. But it would be great if people stop that madness. We're in a time of uncertainty. We're always in a time of uncertainty. We're always in a time of we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So let's focus on the present. We don't need to bring that hatred. We don't need to bring that bulliness into where we are. For me, I don't agree with a lot of things that people are saying, but I'm not going to go after them because I need to understand where are they coming from. Is it coming from a place of peace? Is it coming from a place of anger, resentment? Those individuals who are bullying most of the time, it could be insecurity. Now, understanding that can help to keep us grounded. But there is no need, like I said on Wednesday podcast, to try to bully others. We are not a bunch of lambs. We have our own mind, our own thoughts, our own space. We can all cohabit peacefully. Your vision, your point of view are yours. I will hear them, but it doesn't mean I'm going to adapt them and they're not going to become me. Our individuality is what makes us unique. The robot world is something I refuse to be part of, which is we're all going to be in that little box, we're all going to wear the same clothes, we're all going to think the same way. No. We're not going to start to colonize each other's to just see who's more superior than others, because we're not. We're all on the same field. Journeys are different. We're not equal, we're on the same field. Equality doesn't exist and will never exist because that's not part of what we're supposed to experience here. Some people have it an easy ride this time around because they worked on all of their challenges they were supposed to, life lessons. Some have it harder because it's part of what they're supposed to experience to grow and mature. Her humanity, remember that we're spirit over humanity. We're not human having a spiritual experience. We're spirit having a human experience. That humanity within us is there. We can try to shut it off, but it's there. Having compassion, empathy to one another is essential in our lives. Now, it doesn't mean that everybody have empathy, because again, some need to learn that. They're going to learn that through experience. Moving ourselves to the next level, being able to find that grounded field where we need to be. But our individuality, the way we're thinking, is our own. So don't let somebody dictate something different than you're not. That's the hardest part with people. That's the biggest and the hardest part. So it's very interesting to see all of those challenges. It's very interesting to really embrace who we truly are. It's very interesting to become who we are becoming. Again, there is two sides of us. There is that beautiful, positive side, and there is that darkness. This wonderful German was explaining about the Schmanzi, explained the dark side of us. Some people who were butchers, who were bakers, who were maybe cleaning, construction, became the opposite side, became darkness, killed. They did things that were horrifying during exactly that war, Second World War, Germany. There is an expression that said we all have a killer in us. Even the most pacific person has it within us. Is it prominent? No. Because you choose who you are. You choose to do good in your life, then you stay in a good side. You will be challenged. You will be completely challenged with things that will try to trigger you to become something else, to remove you from your peace of mind. But being at peace, have empathy. It's a beautiful thing, but you have to cultivate it through challenges, through heartbreak, through losses that could turn you sour, that could turn you angry. Every loss I had, even the last one with my bro Jay, that really almost killed me, literally. That almost took me down, because that was the last person that I wanted to pass away. Could have brought me anger, hatred in my heart. He never did, actually. I said a few words to the universe. I tried to wrap around my head, because it's going to be, by the time you hear that, that's 2 years, because it's in February that he passed away. 2 years this year. And he would say to me, because I know Jay, he would say, well, who cares? He passed away and it's all good. Move on. That would be him saying that to me. And I'm like, really? Can you have a little heart? No, he was foreign legion. And he was hilarious. His way of seeing things, sometimes we're like, what? That would be one of them, actually. Because every time when he passed away, which was sudden, which was like, what the freak? And every time I started to cry. And it was like 6 months after he passed away, I was trying to grieve him. Something will happen to distract me. And I'm like, are you done to do this? Are you done to try to distract me because you don't want me to cry? I said, I need to mourn you, buddy. You're going to do that to me every single time, because I was his way. But there were never anger in my heart for every animals that I lost, or for my bro who passed away. The anger wasn't there, but the love, the unconditional love. And that, you cultivate this, it's like a muscles. It's like going to the gym. You cultivate this by practicing it every day. Is it easy every day? No, it's not. But do we have to go and tear each other apart for some ridiculous things? No. Do we have to spew venom because we're angry? Well, if you're angry, let's figure it out. What's the trigger? Is it because you think it's easy to go online and spew venom to somebody to just trying to what? Destroy something? What is the intent? And what is your trigger? What is the problem? Is it because things are changing not in a good way, in a perspective way, and it's frightening because we don't know what tomorrow's going to be? That's what most people react for, because we don't know. Sometime life will keep us in a complete darkness, which is irritating. When you deal with the universe, it's like, what the freak are you cooking for me right now? Seriously. But you have to think of, what am I afraid of? Why am I angry? What is really the anger? Sometimes the anger is not even what we're spewing as venom. Not at all. Sometimes it's something totally different. It's something that should have been resolved in one way and did not. So it is very interesting that at the end of the day, we can figure it out when we take the time to figure it out. Why am I angry for? Because I'm feeling oppressed, because I'm feeling that I have to follow everybody, because somebody started something that triggers all of that. Living the life we're living, we have to relearn the basics. Like I said, I'm spending a little less time on TikTok because I'm seeing things that I'm not appreciating, and I'm feeling there is more fake things going on right now and manipulation that I'm not interested to be part of it. I even, in a place of X, I'm going to Blue Sky. Blue Sky is a new app, and I like that app actually because there is a sense of more communication and less insults, which I love. And I really appreciate that than anything else. So we don't need to hate each other because we don't like this, but we need to stop the anger towards others for no reason. Again, social media has become the epitome and the epitome of spreading now angers where it should not be. People are using that tool, and I saw it. What is that girl from the university who got kicked out of the university? That was at the end of the 90s. Yeah, I think so. 90s, I believe so. Yeah. People don't know. The younger generation have not, Gen X like we are, We did not have social media. So again, the typical Gen X is we get in your face, we say what you got to say, and we move on. Younger generation have social media that came along and don't know how to express themselves, so they're using social media to spew stuff. And I remember at the beginning of the social media, I don't think it was Facebook, I think it was something else similar to Facebook or whatever it was. And that young student had a rant about a teacher, a professor at the university. And it went so bad because she was so mad, she got expelled because of the threat and the anger she had. And I'm reading this for the first time and I'm shaking my head. And I'm like, what is wrong with you people? Because she got expelled and I don't know if she was able to go back to another university. I doubt it. But it's like, why would you be spewing venom via social media? Yes, you were angry because you did not like what the professor said to you or whatever the deal was, but there were no need to rant online. It's like, and I think I mentioned that a few times when I started my Facebook. Again, I started the Facebook, I started Twitter, I started TikTok. TikTok is a little bit different for me. But when I started Tweet, and Facebook, the only reason I started it was based on my business, posting my blogs, my podcast. That was what I did. And I got a guy that was on that was Tweet, who saw my picture. Okay, so Tweet is not a dating app. Neither is no Facebook, because Facebook has a dating app within Facebook. And I never post a picture of me, where I'm at, swimming suit or whatever, because I'm a private person. I have done enough crap in my life. I don't need to put it over there, and my pictures are mine, okay? So that's the fun part of it. So I got that guy and decided to talk to me on Tweet, and I got irritated. Because when you get guys who want to talk to you and they like, oh, you're pretty, oh, you did so, like, do you see what I'm posting and what I'm putting on Tweet? And nothing to do with, trying to charm somebody here. I don't care. I'm not here to talk about how am I doing or if you want to date me or what the deal is. So the guy found me on Tweet. Then he looked at my profile on Facebook. And he was disappointed because there were no picture of me. And I'm like, okay, dude, it's all about the business. That's what I run. Nothing else. I had to put him back in his place and blocked him, actually. And I found it quite ridiculous when that person made some comment. I'm like, take your time and realize not everybody's going to expose their life on Facebook or on Tweet or whatever. Everybody, especially when you're business owners or you're running your own business or you're doing things on the side that's to build your business, you're not going to be showing what you're doing. Other people do. This is their monkey. This is their circus. And that's just fine by me. I don't care. But this is not what I do. And I got extremely irritated by this person because he was offline on this one. Way off the mark. But I laughed when he made that comment. Well, I have a picture of you. Well, that's about my business, not me. So when you're looking at social media, when you're looking at things like that, and people, I got somebody else's who do this, I just get irritated very quickly, and I block those individuals because I don't have time for that. If you want to go play somewhere else. There is dating app, then you can go and scroll and stalk people as much as you want. But don't use social media for that. The same with the hatred. The same with, if you don't agree with somebody, then butt out. I'm not interested of the negativity. Like I said, awareness is what I do. So, if you like it, good. If you don't, off you go. Now, I like Blue. I said Blue Sky because I heard it. Somebody said it's a brand new app. It's free, which is awesome. And again, It's great to see great communication right now. There is not much spuking venom, which is awesome because this is exactly what I don't want to see. But at least there is very interesting what what's happening, and it feels more by looking at that because I just go on there for about 10-15 minutes, maybe twice a day, and really seeing for all of that. So very, very interesting about it, and see how things are moving along with that app. But it's similar to Tweet. I really like it. And as I said, there's 21 million people right now, and people are migrating from X to that app. Because that app actually, and that's what I like with an app, is it has to be neutral, meaning I'm not sure about X right now, what's going on and how much censorship there is in there. I don't know, and I'm not sure. But I would like an app, and I don't know about TikTok, and I talked about it as well. If the government is planning on buying it, then I have a problem with that, because where is the integrity and the neutrality in there? And that would be too bad if that goes away. Maybe there is Red Note we can use, or other app. But I'm looking at an app, for me, should be something neutral where people can, and information should be able to flow. But now the problem is the boot. That's a problem. People create boots in there and fake profile and bombard it. Like I said, I'm experiencing this right now on Facebook, where there is fake profile, no posting at all. So I know it's fake. It's a boot. And they're spuking venom. That's what they do. They're using those fake profile and send and bombard other Facebook profile and spuking venom just to trigger people. So finding ourselves in the midst of all of that hootenanny and that chaos can be extremely difficult, especially when you feel sucked in. It's like there's an incubus sucking all the life out of us. So taking the time to step outside of it. And I've done that, and I've switched to YouTube actually, to watch some films. I did the same with Amazon Prime, watching movies instead, or listening to music instead than being fully active there. Helps to disconnect and ground ourselves. So that's the problem, because social media is addictive. How many kids are spending hours and hours sucked in that world? Because that world is not the real world. It is not. And that's something we have to be mindful. But now the danger with what's going on with actually social media is how is information manipulated. That's the key. How is the information manipulated? So you have to be extremely careful by what everything is happening, seriously. So a lot of things are happening, and sometimes we have also to become the observer instead of going, feeling our fears, our instinct, our primal instincts, which is fears. If you remember, at the time of the cavemen, when the dinosaur or whatever was chasing after them, well, they go into their survival mode. But they have the fear and the survival mode. And people need to understand that, okay, if I'm on my survival mode, how can I stop this? How can I become more peaceful with that? And how can we make this not being living in fears? Uncertainty triggers people because you are not in your recognized and safety space. Looking at what we're being bombarded with, what is true and what is not, that's another problem. So you have to make the discernment of what is going on. Things always shift, and sometimes what seems to be is maybe an illusion. So add this to it. And I will say it's time for a cocktail, isn't it? Yes, I would say yes, it is. But you have to learn to ground yourself. And when we're being sucked in, one drama, one thing happening, and another one, and we're being bombarded left, right, nonstop, it creating that flow of madness. Somebody said in the military they use that technique actually to bombard you with everything at the same time. You have to learn to slow down. And I've done that actually. There was something that happened several years ago. Inside of a company, I cannot give much detail on this one, but there were an investigation by HR on something that happened, and they brought somebody who was actually a lawyer, and it was so interesting, but except she didn't realize I was reading her. She made a mistake with me, but again, I like to look stupid. People think I'm stupid, and I'm like, should be careful who you're facing, because sometimes people can look dumb, but they are not. And she saw I was wearing, I like my clothes, and I wore my shoes, my girly shoes, and oh yeah, nice shoes. Oh yeah, sure. And I play dumb. I watch her, I play dumb. And the second interview I had with her was on the phone. It wasn't face to face. That was about the circumstances that happened, and they wanted to hear from me, blah blah blah. And during that second interview, actually, I had the HR person with me. She was a witness, quote unquote, with me, just in case. And that lawyer started to accelerate things, like pushing the conversation, like you would see in trials. Oh, you did this. And I'm like, it stopped nicely, and all of a sudden she's accelerated. And I stopped her. And I even said something that she wasn't expecting me to say. But I slowed down the conversation and literally stopped it. Because she was trying to get me going. That's what they do. Get you going. And I did not because I saw it coming. And she did not saw the move that I did until I said it. And she was like, oh, she's not going to throw that person under the bus. No, I did not. Because I did that action. That person did not. And she could not attack me. I did not have any consequences of that because I had no idea what was going on. So it was very interesting. But it's the way she did it, by accelerating things and boom, boom, boom in a conversation. So you start to talk faster and you start to do this and that, just to catch you in the moment. And this is what's happening. This is what I'm seeing right now, is people being caught up in the middle of that hootenanny. Somebody they came with their monkey in the circus in town, and you're riding the ride where it's like, no, I'm not riding anymore. I'm on the side right here. Continue your circus and your monkey over there, but this is not mine. I'm going to stay grounded. I'm going to stay away. I'm going to observe. But I'm not going to enter the dance. And that's what people should all be doing. Do not enter the dance. Observe. Sometimes when you become the observer, you see things a different way, and the chips gonna fall on the front of you, and things gonna be revealed that you might not expect. So it was very, very interesting when that happened. And for me, I will always remember that woman. She, the other person that was interviewed, there was several people, and one of them actually got, what do you call it? What do you call it? Oh, I'm losing my words right now. When she went to HR, she got what? She got in trouble, actually. She got write up. Even though she should not have been write up, but she did. They kind of throw her under the bus, which it is what it is. They needed somebody else guilty. They found her guilty, which wasn't true, but that's their own monkey and their own circus. But sometimes it's very interesting, as I said, when things accelerated, you need to step aside. Don't get sucked in. And it might sound weird, but it's not. So in our lives, you will see, and think about things that happen to you that thing accelerated even if you did not even ask for it. But it is quite, I will say, interesting when things happen that way. So live the life of 1,000, but remember that at the end of the day, we're all accountable for our actions. We're all accountable for what we do, say, or not say. That German gentleman who talks about the schmaltzy, to me, is we all are in that boat. The bad guy could be your neighbor, it could be you. You never know. If you're looking at history, a lot of those people who have done horrifying things were farmers, were people, ordinary people. That's the sad part of it. It's not the monsters that we, like he said, like Spielberg made in movies. It's not. It's ordinary. The ordinary people, but we all have that side. We all have that side. And people don't realize that when we talk about the side. We have a good side, we have the good light side, and we got the dark side. Everybody has one. No exception. No exception. So at the end of the day, decide what you want to do in your life, but bring, I would say, peace, slow down, look twice. Don't drink the Kool-Aid because somebody said it's true. Observe, step back, and see where it goes. So this was our podcast for today. I know those are long podcasts, isn't it? But I found it interesting where we are sitting right now and what is going on. And hoping for everybody to find peace and not drinking the Kool-Aid, not spending our time into some absolutely insane situation that we would never thought would be or would have been possible. So all my love, guys, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.
Where do we go from here?
Emma's Universe Podcast.
Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here?
Emma's Universe Podcast. Universe